The recent events have proven that the only person you can rely on to protect yourself is yourself.
Gun sales are booming. This is the InsideEdition.com coronavirus news for June 3rd, 2020. The pandemic and the George Floyd protests have contributed to a sharp rise in gun sales in the U.S. The owner of this gun store in Southern California says he's selling 4 to 5 times the number of weapons he usually would.
It started with COVID, and now it's the riots, and it's the fear that people have. They've decided they want to obtain something to protect themselves.
A gun shop in western New York State is seeing the same thing.
They're coming in, they're saying, my wife says now's the time we should have a gun in the house. But it's obviously, I feel that it's due to the panic. People see their government structure falling apart, they're seeing things flying off the grocery shelves, they're worried about protecting their homes.
The Wall Street Journal reports that stocks in gun manufacturers like Smith Wesson have jumped 15% this year. The gun buying surge is striking to those in the business.
I've only been around for a little while in this business, but it is unlike any situation I've ever seen. And I'm pretty sure that people who have been in the business for 40 years would say the same.
A lot of people are buying guns right now.
Yeah, I just bought a gun.
The advocacy group Everytown for Gun Safety recently released a social distancing themed PSA depicting a virtual trivia game.
The kids don't even know the gun's in the house.
The group reports that there have been over 100 unintentional shootings by children this year in the U.S. There are concerns that number may grow as children spend more time at home in lockdown situations. Meanwhile, coronavirus safety remains an issue for protesters, as Inside Edition's Les Trent reports.
It's a dilemma now being faced by many Americans. How do you make your voice heard in the age of COVID-19? Look at the mass of humanity at this protest. Even NYPD's highest-ranking uniformed officer, Chief Terrence Monahan, ignored social distancing and hugged a demonstrator without wearing a mask or gloves.
There is absolutely, as you can see, no way to social distance here. They are all crunched in here.
You concerned at all about getting close to people out here? I mean, that's the nature of a protest, is that you're all very close.
I mean, they said not to come out for a non-essential reason, and this is an essential reason.
We have some protesters yelling in the face of this police officer right here. The protesters yelling are not wearing masks, and neither are the police officers. This one right here.
How do you stay safe during COVID when you're amongst all these people?
Yeah, it is a challenge, but it can be done safely.
Jack Caravanis is a public health expert from NYU.
The key is to, of course, keep your mask on, make sure it's fitted tightly to your face, and if possible, try to get yourself a face shield. I think protecting your eyes, as well as your face, as well as your respiratory tract is really critical.
New York Mayor Bill de Blasio today spoke about the risk of the demonstrators turning into virus super spreaders.
I'm very worried about any resurgence that might come from these protests. I absolutely am.
There are other ways you can reduce the risk. Use noisemakers, drums, and signs so you don't have to yell and spread droplets. Or you can honk your car horn. Wear eye protection. Carry hand sanitizer.
No peace! There are 6.4 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 and over 380,000 deaths worldwide. There are over 106,000 deaths in the United States. For more on the coronavirus pandemic, visit InsideEdition.com.